Hi, my name is Ilma and welcome to my channel. I've been posting Christian blogs 12 straight years every day. Today I'd like to share Exodus 8 verses 16 to 19. Here's the word of God. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Say to Aaron and stretch out your staff and strike the dust of the earth so that it may become gnats in all the land of Egypt." And they did so. Aaron stretched out his hand with his staff and struck the dust of the earth, and there were gnats on man and beast. All the dust of the earth became gnats in all the land of Egypt. The magicians tried by their secret arts to produce gnats, but they could not, so there were gnats on man and beast. Then the magician said to Pharaoh, "This is the finger of God." But Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he would not listen to them, as the Lord had said. Exodus 8:16 to 19. Here's the poem I wrote inspired by those verses. Exodus 8, the third plague. When Pharaoh didn't release the Israelites after the plague of the frogs, the Lord sent the third plague to the Egyptians by swarming them with gnats. Every beast and man were covered with gnats in all the land of Egypt. But Pharaoh's heart continued to be hardened and would not listen. Here's my commentary. In my own experience as a gardener, gnats are the most annoying creature. I remember one time when I had a mason jar indoor herb garden in the winter and had an infestation of gnats. It consumed me for many months trying to get rid of it. I cannot imagine how any of those Egyptians could deal with this plague of gnats all over them. According to a commentary from the scripture co.uk, Pharaoh was not given a warning or thinking time about this plague from God as he did with the others. The commentary says that this was a judgment against Set, the god of the desert. Unlike the previous plagues, the magicians were unable to duplicate this one and declared to Pharaoh that this must be the finger of God. BibleWise.com says that what was alarming was that the gnats came from the dust of the ground, from the earth. The first plague of frogs came from the water. The next plague will come from the sky. So by having the gnats come from the earth, the narrator is showing the totality of creation: water, earth, and sky. The undoing of all aspects of creation will be involved in the lessons for Pharaoh and his people. Reflection. Why do you think God sent this plague of gnats to Pharaoh and the Egyptians? And what is God warning mankind about this plague? Well, as we have heard from one of the commentary, this is an anger of God on the people worshiping the god of the desert, who is Set. So here we see again that God hates competition. He does not want anybody to compete with man's time because he made man for him. And so when we worship and adore another god, that is an abomination for him. So it is only fair and just that he punishes the Egyptians and Pharaoh for not acknowledging him as the true God and bowing down to different kinds of gods. So God is warning us about, in this plague, God warns us that he is sovereign. He made everything. In the creation, he created the sky, the water, the sea, and everything on the earth. So we are supposed to bow down to the Creator, not to the creature. And here, when the Egyptians are trying to bow down to certain things that are not the true God, he is angry at that, and he will put judgment on that. Also in our own lives, we must be able to examine our hearts and see what kind of idols are we bowing down to. If our life is consumed by a certain thing, that is an idol. If everything that we do makes us bonded to something that does not make us worship the Lord, then that is an idol. So I encourage you to reflect on this plague, because it's so creepy to just even think about how they would cope with that, gnats all over them. Because I know when I had that indoor garden, it's like I can't even eat, because every time, like, they're all, like, you can't even sleep properly, because even in my sleep they would be in my bedroom and everything. So I can't imagine how they would deal with this kind of plague. Thanks for watching. I hope you check my website at ILMA'S.com for artworks, photographs, and a copy of this blog. Please subscribe to my channel on YouTube so I could make more videos and give you the Word of God. If you haven't already, check over 3,000 videos I've done over these years. I've been doing this daily. Just type on Google or YouTube search ILMA'S Poem Devotional. Have a wonderful day.